And those who are new today, we just started the class yesterday, and then we just talking about the basics. So have we entered into the AWS yet? No. So we haven't entered into the AWS. So those who have joined today, just continue. And if you feel that you need yesterday's class, surely admin will share the link, a recording link on it. So rest of the people, super, you had joined, and really appreciate it. Let's jump on. So what did we discuss in our last class? Yes. Should we have a quick shootout round like yesterday? Whatever we have discussed yesterday, let's have a quick shootout round. So everyone, guys on the online, so please, I have an eye on the chat. So I want everyone to put what we have learned. So let's see how much was in your brains. So what is client? Clients which request a resource. Fantastic. And what is a server? Which respond to that particular resource. Super. So if this client and server wants to communicate with each other, they both should be inside the network. Yes, they both should be inside the network. Fantastic. And then we know that there are 3 types of client server architectures. We know that. What are those? 1 tier, 2 tier, and then 3 tier. Fantastic. Which one is dead? 1 tier. So are we going to use 1 tier architecture in our real time? No. So how about in 2 tier? In 2 tier architecture, we have how many layers? 2 layers. What are those? Client layer and then server layer. Excellent. Do we need to really worry about the client layer? No. On the server layer, we are keeping application and database on the same machine, correct? Yes. But is it recommended to keep application and database on the same machine? Nope. What if we keep application and database on the same machine? What will happen? There will be a performance issues, hang, crash, low, whatever it is. So do you recommend this 2 tier architecture for production environments? Nope. Strictly no. Guys, I haven't shared my screen yet. Okay, let's complete the shootout round and then I'll share the screen. So, and do you recommend this 2 tier architecture for development environments? Yes, possible. Okay. And then this 2 tier architecture is secure to use it? Nope. And then we move to, and this is not suitable for the production environment, correct? So let's move to 3 tier architecture. In this 3 tier architecture, we have how many layers? 3 layers. What are those? Client layer, application layer, and database layer. Fantastic. Fantastic. And what is application server? What is application server? Simple. The server where the application is hosted is called application server. Super. What is database server? The server which has the database installed or which has the data stored. And and in 3 tier architecture, we are separating application server and database server, both. So if you separate application and database server, what will happen? You will have a good performance. Super. Will there be any fight happening for any kind of capacities and all? No. And this application server and database server, they both are communicating with each other using IP address. Okay. What is IP address? It's a unique identification for a device in the network. Super. What is the full form of IP? Internet Protocol. And what is host name? Name of the server is called the host name. Super. And is it recommended to keep this application server in public network or private network? Private network. If you keep this application server in private network, the clients can able to connect to the private server directly? No. So what is the component that we need to put in front of it? Web server. Wow. And this web server, do we have any code inside the web server? No. What does it contains? Only configuration Chitty. And then what is the job of the web server Chitty? It takes the request and then simply redirect to the application server. Super. Very good, guys. Excellent. Do you need notes? Not required. Okay. So put it in brain. Simple. Injected online. Guys, everyone. Excellent. CC. So excellent, guys. Excellent. Very nice. So let me share my screen first. Okay. Okay. Go up. So can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay, cool. So what we're going to talk about today is, as I said yesterday, from the clients, we are connecting to the application server directly. It can be a web server, it can be application server. From the browser, we are connecting directly to the application server. That is client server architecture. That is good. So as I said yesterday, do we really worried about whenever you open the laptop and open the browser and you type google.com? Let's type google.com. Do we really worry about what is happening in the backend? No. Really, we don't care. Google is coming or not, that is what we need. Correct? So, yes, you will get Dhenusri. You will get it. Admin, if you are hearing me, can you please put 2 days previous class video links? Yeah. Guys, all your videos, links and general. Okay, thank you. Please copy it, guys. And if you have any general questions, please hold it at the end of the class, or you just post it on the chat. I'll take care of it. Okay. But regular general questions, we'll talk at the end of the class. Okay. So now, imagine you are working for a company. Assume you are working for a company. And you are responsible for the application, because you are the one who will be hosting it and managing the application, correct? So I am the client. Now here, who is in? Sai. Here our Sai, our friend, he's handling the application. I'm the client. So he has deployed the application somewhere in AWS, somewhere. I started using it. When I open my browser and I'm hitting, our application name is, for example, boom.com. Boom.com. I open boom.com. It's not working. Whom should I scream? Should I scream you only, Sai only, because I'm paying you? Right? So as we are opening Google, Google is for everyone. No one scream it. If you scream also, Google, who is that? Sundar Pichai, right? So that guy will not understand, right? So Google is not very important for us, but I'll take example as a Google. Just imagine Google is like your application. Okay. Now let's take Google. Now I'll take Sai itself. Okay. This is Sai's laptop. Okay, Chitti. This is Sai's laptop. Okay, this is Sai's laptop. This is Sai's laptop. Okay, this is good. So a little bit down. Okay, so this is Sai's laptop, guys. So what he did was he opened the browser in his laptop, Chitti. He opened the browser. Guys, you need to listen this carefully. Very interesting. See, so Sai opened the browser in his laptop. And what did he type? He typed google.com. Correct, Chitti? He typed google.com. So what we are inputting to the browser, google.com. Can we say google.com is a domain name or a host name? Can we say that? Can we say google.com is a domain name or a host name? Okay. But browser required two things. How many things browser required? Two things. Browser will ask two things from you. Number one is the domain name that you already providing it. And the other one he's trying to ask is IP address. Browser required two things. What are those? Host name and then IP address. Browser required two things. Host name and IP address. This one is host name or domain name and then IP address. Okay. Chiti, now tell me, nicely, classily, you are given google.com in the browser. Okay, can you give me some website names? Just tell me a few website names. Chapuri, you don't know any website names, huh? Amazon.com, Yahoo.com, Facebook.com. Be mindful. What else? Flipkart.com. iBomma. Red. Okay, so Madhu is mostly traveling. So redbus.com, allbanks.com. Okay. Yeah, W3 schools. Very interesting. He's learning everything there. Okay. So make my trip. So there are so many. Okay. So if Meesho. Nowadays, this Meesho is coming up, right? In my house also, every opening Meesho. Okay. Naresh, Viru, very good. Okay. I remember you. Who is that? Miru, right? Viru. Okay. Good. So, guys, if I give you, let's say, 10 minutes of time, you will give me a big list of websites, correct? But if I ask you, can you give me the IP address of any website? Will you be able to give? At least, do you really concerned about it? No. Do you really worried about the IP address? No. If I ask you, Macha, please, can you please remember at least Google IP address? Will you remember it? Are Pondri sir, right? So remembering my phone number itself is difficult for me, right? Remember the IP address, not possible. If you don't remember the IP address, but how do you give it to the browser? Chiti, browser is asking domain name and an IP address. Without giving these two information, browser will not proceed. So, and we cannot remember this IP address for sure. There should be someone who should be remembering this IP address in the network, right? Who is that guy? Huh? Who is that guy? DNS. What is it? DNS. What is the full form of DNS? Ishmit, just continue the class. Don't worry. What is the full form? Domain name server. Domain name server. What is that, Chiti? Domain name server. See, this domain name server in the network, what it does, the job of domain name server is, what it does is, it will keep track of all the host names and an IP address. The job of DNS is, it will get the information of all the host names and IP address. So I'll say that it keeps track of all host names and IPs. That is the job of the domain. Or we can also say that it converts IP to host and host to IP. What does that mean? Guys, if I give, hey DNS, this is the IP address, give me the host name, it will give. And if I give, hey DNS, this is the host name, give me the IP address, it will give. If you give ulta also, it will give. If you give IP address, it will give the host name. If you give the host name, it will give the IP address. Because why? It has the information about all the host names and IP address. Do we need to really worry about remembering IP addresses? No need. Whose job is that? DNS job is that. Correct? So now, can we say to the browser, Macha browser bro, don't ask me the IP address. Go and ask DNS. Go and ask DNS. Okay. So the browser will ask the first guy. This the browser will ask us, oh, Sai bro, can you give me the IP address? No. So it will go and ask for someone called local DNS. To whom it will ask, Chitty? What is that? Local DNS. This local DNS, Chitty, this local DNS will be inside your laptop only. This local DNS will be inside your laptop. The local DNS will be inside every machine. If you're opening your phone, from your phone, you type google.com in the browser. Your phone also has a local DNS. Your laptop will also have a local DNS. Your desktop will also have a local DNS. Where is this local DNS? There's somewhere in Windows System 32, etc driver, etc. There is something called etc host file. What is that file? Host file. So I'll say that, I'll write it for you. What does it contain? So /etc/host. There is a small file called host file. It contains the information about the IP address. So browser will ask, hey, etc host file, local DNS, can you give me the IP address? What happens if your laptop is brand new? The host file will have the IP address of your google.com? Or whenever you're accessing a new website, will your local DNS will have the IP address? No, local DNS will say, Macha browser bro, I don't have IP address. Local DNS is very scared about browser. Local DNS will not say, I don't have. If the local DNS say, I don't have, will you get the Google page in your browser? No. So now the job of local DNS is to get the IP address. Now the request will go to whom? Now the request, local DNS will start crying. Hey, there is something called root name server. What is it, Chitty? Everyone write down. Root name server. So RNS, the full form of the shortcut is RNS. You can call it as RNS. Online guys, are you with me? Okay. What is that? RNS. We call it as in shortcut RNS. Okay. RNS. You know it, right? So RNS. So this local DNS will start shouting, Are wo RNS? Do you have the Google IP address? Sai is asking. And RNS will say, okay. So what is the domain that Sai is asking for? Google.com. The job of root name server is what, you know? The job of root name server is the domain has contained what is the extension that it contains. What is the extension it contains? Google.com. Guys, do we have only .com? No. What else we have? .com, .in, what? .io, .org, .edu, .what? There are so many things, right? So this root name server will identify the request is coming for the request is for .com or .org or .edu, whatever it is. So the job of the root name server, you understand? What is the job of the root name server? It will identify whether the request is coming from .com or .org, .edu. So here it identify whether it is, it will identify whether it is coming from .com, .org, etc. like this. Now, what is the extension that we are requesting for? What is the extension that we are requesting for? .com. So root name server has finalized, oh, this is for .com. Very good. Now, the request will go to the request will go to something called top level domain. What is it today? What is that? Top level domain. In shortcut, you call it as TLD. What is that called? TLD, top level domain. What is that? Top level domain. So root name server has identified that is coming, that the request is for .com. So root name server will send the request to .org. No, root name server will send the request to .in, .edu. No, where it will send? It will send it to .com. So now this .com is nothing but we call it as top level domain. What is that called? Top. So .com, .org, .edu, all these are all called what? Top level domains. We know what is .com, but do we know what do we call? No. What is that called? Top level domain. We should call it as top level domain. So here we'll be sending it to .com. Now, Chiti. Now the request went to where is the request went to .com. Chiti, in our childhood, in our when I was studying, when I was very kid, and you guys also. Do you remember in our towns we have theaters, movie theaters? Obviously, right? That is good. But in that movie theaters, do we have seat numbers? No. On those days, there are no seat numbers. What we used to do to take the ticket, if the show is 11 o'clock, we'll come at 9 o'clock. Correct? We'll stand in the queue. We'll stand in the queue, and then you feel that you are the first person who will be taking the ticket. But you know, the hands will come from this side, that side, upar se, niche se, and they will get the ticket, right? So, okay. So from very hard, you got the ticket. We have some nasty friends. Howle log. What they do is, not howle log, but friends meaning. So what they do is, they have this habit. Macha, you go inside. I'll come later. Do you have those kind of friends? Yes or no? So many friends are there. Macha, you go. I don't like the titles, names and all. When the hero comes, you call me, I'll come. Do you have this kind of people or not? Yes. So, so now your friend is waiting outside. And all you guys are there inside. Guys, theater is very big. And your friend has to identify you. So how do you identify your friend who is standing outside? Huh? Or you have phone on those days? No, no phone. Shouting. Are beep, beep, beep. Huh? Are oh, haule. Are oh. Huh? So we used to shout. Somehow there should be someone from in the theater. What they do is they'll do something so that the friend will be identified. Okay. So same thing. Yeah. Nickname, standing outside and shouting it. So now what I do is, see today. This is very big. Okay. So this is .com. See, this is .com. Okay, this is .com. Inside this .com, okay, we have where is the laptop? Size laptop is here. This is size laptop. From sliced laptop, the request is coming like this, right? So where does the request is coming like this? Oh my gosh. Request is coming like this, huh? La 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 la. It is coming like this. So where does it went? In between? It has hit which one? Local DNS, correct, Chiti? It has hit the local DNS. And it has hit whom? Next. Huh? RNS, exactly. It has hit the RNS and then it has hit the TLD. Chitty, correct. Very good. TLD. Nana, okay. So now TLD, which TLD it has come here? .com is a TLD. Inside this .com, can you tell me how many websites will be there in .com? Millions, infinite, correct? Can you tell me a few website names here with .com? Ama? Gmail.com, Facebook.com, it's easy. I put bank names, SBI.com, SDFC.com, ICICI.com, Shadi.com, Saudi.com. Sudarshan ji, okay, I'll put Shadi.com. Okay. What is it? Paytm.com. Okay. So there are so many like this. So which is the domain that we are requesting? Google.com. This guy will also be here inside this .com top level domain, correct? This guy will also be there. So this is the matcha that we need. Where is our request? The request is standing here, right? If the request has a face, it will be having a nice face like this. It will be like this. So by the time it comes to .com, it says, oh, Rini, such a big .com. Inside it, so many millions of websites are there. How do I identify Google.com inside this? Question, no? How do I identify out of so many .com websites? How do I identify Google.com? So Google.com relaxedly sitting on one chair, and then he'll be standing up and be shouting, "Are oh macha, hale, oh request." You know who is that one who is be calling? And that person name is NS server. What is that? NS server. So here Google has NS server. What is that, Chitty? NS server. So the request, this NS server will start shouting, "Hey, request, I am Google.com. Come here, come here." So now tell me, here the request from here will go to, from top level domain, the request will go to where? Which city? Name server. The request will go to name server. City, name server. The request will go to name server. And from the name server, the request will get to something called SOA. SOA meaning start of authority. What is that? Start of authority. Put it. Start of authority. Guys, start of authority is the guy where it has the IP address. Who has the Google IP address? SOA. And this bloody guy has the IP address. This guy has the IP address. You understand? You understand? What is name server? Can I say which will identify the domain? Which identify the domain? We identify the domain, City. Which identify the domain name, google.com. Agree? Getting it, everyone? Right? Okay, now, City, see. Tell me with me. Browser require two things. What are those? Host name and IP address. Okay, na? Host name and IP address. Very good. What are we providing to the browser? Host name. Do we remember the IP address? No. So who is the guy who will be remembering the IP address in the network? DNS. What is that? DNS. What is DNS? Domain name server. What is the Chitty? Domain name server. What is the job of domain name server? It will keep track of all host names and IP address. Chitty, okay. Now, from browser, the request will go to local DNS. What is that? Here. Local DNS. What is that? Local DNS. From browser, the request will go to local DNS. The local DNS, if the local DNS has the IP, it will give. If it doesn't have the IP address, to whom it will reach? RNS. Who is that RNS? Root name server. And the RNS, what does RNS do? RNS will identify whether it is coming from .com or .org or anything else. Now it has identified it is .com. And now this RNS will send the request to TLD, which is called top level domain. So top level domain, which is the top level domain that we are looking for? .com. In .com is a big .com. Inside this, we have millions of websites. So we need google.com. Who is the guy who will be identifying the request? NS server. So the request has reached whom now? NS server. NS server has what? SOA. And who has IP address? SOA has IP address. Clear? Chitty, okay? Super. Okay. So what is the full form of SOA? Start of authority. Hammaya, finally we got the IP address. Chitty, we got only the IP address, not the Google page. We got only the IP address. This entire thing is to get the IP address only, not Google page. So now the request will go back. Finally, we got the IP address. So IP address will go back like this. It will go and hit this. And finally, the local DNS will get the IP address. And finally, it says that local DNS will say that, browser bro, this is the IP address. Now, browser required two things, no? Host name and then IP address. The browser got two things now? Yes. Now, where will the request will go? Which page that you're requesting for? Google page. Google page will be in which company? Google company, correct? So now the request will go to Google company. Now request will go to that Google. So now let's go to Chalo Google. Okay, let's go to Google. Don't click on the links, please. Do not click on the links. Okay, now this is the city. This is the Google. Okay, this is a Google company. Admin, please take care of it. Google company. Chitty, this is Google company. Question for you. Question for you. You have your friend in some apartment. If you want to go and meet your friend, who is the guy who will stop you first? Security. Watchman, security. What is the first question that he'll ask? Who are you? Right? Who are you? What else? What else he'll ask? Who are you? Where you want to go? Which flat number you want to go? Correct? He will ask all the questions. If you're giving the wrong information, will he send inside? Either he will allow or he will deny. What is the two words that you should use? Allow, deny. What is the Chitty? Allow, deny. So security, if all the information is correct, he will allow. If the information is not correct, he will deny. Simple. So guys, if you're going to a small apartment, there is a security guy who will be stopping you. If the request is going to such a big Google company, your request will not get stopped. Definitely it will be stopped. Who is the guy who will be stopping your request in that Google company? I'll tell. Who is that guy? His name is called Firewall. What is that? Firewall. So this guy is just, he will act like a same guy, security guy only. So this Google engineers inside, network admins, whoever the engineers that are handling it, what they will say, they will configure that firewall saying that, okay, by the way, Chitty, by the way, the request is going, no, in your browser, what is the URL that you type in browser? In the browser, generally, what is the URL you type? How you is the, what is the syntax of the URL? http://google.com, correct? What is HTTP there? Don't worry. What is HTTP? What is protocol? What is port number? All these things I'll cover. Don't worry at all. So for now, HTTP is a protocol. What is that? Don't worry, guys. I'll talk about what is HTTP in later sessions, because we always have to die on protocols only. Okay, so HTTP. What is the port number for HTTP? Yes. So many people say 8080. That is also wrong answer. So now we all understood how we are lagging on the basics. Ma, Chiti. See? Thank God you are saying 443, not 143. So this is the thing. We are all lagging with the basics. Without learning all these basics, Chiti, how come you will be called as AWS cloud engineer? Such a big word, right? So don't worry. Riya sir is here. Don't fear. We'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Okay. So for now, just keep that in mind. I'll write it here. See. HTTP is the protocol. What is that? HTTP is a protocol. What is the port number for HTTP? 80. Default port number. Don't worry. I'll talk about it in coming classes. For now, just remember. And then we have another protocol called HTTPS. What is the port? What is the port number for this? 443. A tongue twister, huh? No, right? It's not 143, 443. It's clearly 443, right? What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? I'll talk about this. Don't worry. But for now, I want to make you comfortable. What is the difference is HTTPS is secure. You see yes there in the last, that is for secure. So what is the difference between HTTP, HTTPS? Which one we should use in the real time? What is HTTPS? How do we use all these things? I have Dacham. We have so many things, right? So we'll talk about that. But now, for now, keep this in mind. HTTPS is secure. Chiti, you have Linux machines. If you want to connect to the Linux machines, what is the protocol that you should use? SSH. What is that, Chiti? SSH. Port number 22. Few things you should remember. If you want to connect it to Windows machines, you need to use a protocol called RDP 3389. 3389. Chiti, at least you remember these things. Okay, Fatafat, tell me HTTP port number, HTTPS port number, SSH port number 22, RDP port number. Another question like this, twist, see. Which is the protocol used to connect to the Linux machines? SSH. Full form is secure shell. What is the protocol to connect to the Windows machines? RDP. Which is the protocol to connect to your applications? HTTP. If you want to connect it securely, HTTPS. Should remember it. Minimum things. Very good, very good. So, okay, let's come to the firewall. So now, Chiti, your request is coming all the way from the browser to see here. RDP, remote desktop, full form, remote desktop protocol. Remote desktop protocol. Chiti, see? Should I give you 1 minute or to take it? Okay. Chiti, are you following? Everyone, is it clear till here? Non-IT? Non-IT people put NCC. Super. Very good. Okay, I hope you have. Okay, see here. Now come back. Ma, Chiti, see. See now here. Now the request is from your browser. Request is going like this. Request is going like this. La 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 la, right? And then it will go and hit this guy. Yes or no? And how does your request is going? Guys, your request is going using something called packets. How is your data is transferring? Data is transferring through packets, not biryani packets. We call it as data packets. What is it called? Data packets. We call it as data packets, PKTS. These are all packets. These are all packets. Okay, now. So what does the packet contain? Packet contain all the information. What protocol it has, which IP address, where are you coming from? I'm coming from Sai's laptop. What is Sai's IP address? All this information, this will contain. Okay. So now firewall, what is the job of the firewall? Yes, it will say, can I say that? Can I say in our KISS language, can I put the definition of firewall? Can I say firewall meaning which stops unauthorized access to the network? Chiti, simple. What is firewall? Which stops unauthorized access to the network. What does it do? It will allow, it will deny. What is the job of it? It will allow or it will deny. Getting it? Okay, now Google company people might have created a rule here. Chiti, created a rule over here saying that, hey, firewall, anyone who is coming from HTTP, allow or deny? HTTP, allow or deny? Which one is secure? Okay, we have HTTP and HTTPS. Which one has to be allowed? HTTPS should be allowed and HTTP should be denied, correct? So that is a secure thing, right? So it will create, they will create a rules like this. Very good. It will allow or it will deny. Allow or it will deny. You understand what is the job of firewall now? So we will be creating a rules there, mostly HTTP deny, HTTPS allow. Okay, Chiti, now it allowed. Whenever it got allowed, the request comes here. The request came here. Google firewall has allowed the request. As per our 3-tier architecture, which is the component that will hit first? Web server. What is it, Chiti? Web server. And now tell me this, how there will be only one web server, Chiti, here? In Google company, there will be only one web server? Huh? No, there will be multiple web servers. Correct, Chiti? There will be multiple web servers. From web servers, it goes to application servers. Application servers. I don't have space. That's the reason why I'm putting 3. Don't ask me, sir, why only 3? Huh? So now, and from application server, the request will go to DB server or database server. Chiti, you're getting it. So this is web server, web server, web server. This is app server. This is DB server, DB server, DB. Chiti, okay. F5, we don't go there. F5. So, guys, so the request has crossed firewall. Chiti, the request has crossed the firewall. Now the request will see how many web server the request is seeing now? 3 web servers. Array, can you tell me now, this request will go to the first one. First, second, third. Which one? The request will go to first, second, or third. A request will get confused. Yes or no? The request will get confused or not? So now let me give an example here. Chitty. Now, what's your name? Shashi. So Shashi, our friend, Shashi has told me, Riya sir, okay, guys, concentrate. So Riya sir, I have an application. Can you please put it into one server and give me the URL to access? That is the question. You understood the question? Riya sir, I have an application. Can you please put into one server and give me the URL? What I did? Sure, why not? So I went and then I have created one server. Yes, this is server. I call it as server 1. Okay. Inside the server, I have put the application. Guys, this server will have some IP address. Chitty, can you give me one sample? 192.168.10.20. I'll give some IP address. Okay. So now I have given the IP address to Shashi to access is like this: http://192.168.10.20/index.html. Guys, I have given the URL to Shashi like this. Tell me, is it recommended to give the URL to Shashi like this? Are you interested to access your application with this URL? Yes or no? You want stylish one, no? Google.com, Facebook.com, that.com, this.com. Will you remember that IP address to access your application? No. So Shashi told her, sir, don't worry, sir. You are my Riya, sir. No problem, sir. I'll access it. No problem. Good. So, okay. Good, Madhav. So, Shashi started accessing that URL. Shashi started accessing that URL. All of a sudden, that URL is not working. All of a sudden, the URL is not working. Shashi started complaining, saying that, Riya sir, URL is not working. What I did, immediately I went and then I have set up immediately one more server. This time I went and set up 3 more servers. Server 2 and 3. Chitty. Yes. Server 2, server 3. And IP address will be same or different? Different. 192.168.10.21 is one and 10.22 is another one. So now I have given Shashi, this time your website will never go down. So this time you access like this. 192.168.10.21/index.html. Like this I have given, and another URL I have given like this. Guys, and I told Shashi, if first one is not working, go for the second one. If second one is not working, go for the third one. If imagine if your Facebook or Google is giving the URLs like this, if you are not able to access first one, go to the second one, google.com, google.com, google.com. Is it is it good? If you want to access the application, is it good to access your application with 3 URLs? No. You need simply shashi.com. Yes or no? For that reason, guys, I am not giving the each and every server URL like this. That's the reason why I'm introducing something called here load balancer. What is that, Chitty, everyone? Load balancer is the very, 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 very important name. All the time we'll be working on load balancers in coming days. What is load balancer? So, guys, a request will Seshi. I'll give the load balancer name as seshi.com. Can I give? Yes. Whenever someone hits seshi.com, okay. So the request will go and hit the load balancer. What the load balancer will do? Load balancer will distribute the traffic to multiple servers like this. What does the load balancer do? The word distribute the traffic is important to learn. What is that? Load balancer distribute the traffic to multiple servers. Okay, so guys, ignore all these things. Okay. What is load balancer? Very important. What is load balancer? Which distribute the traffic to multiple servers. So, okay, now seshi.com comes here. Now I started accessing seshi.com. The load balancer will send the request to server 1. And second one, someone has started accessing seshi.com. The second request will go to server 2. Third one, 3. Fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What is this called? This is called round robin method. What is it, Chitti? Round robin method. Round robin method meaning what? 1, 2, 3. Again, the request will go to 1, 2, 3. So it distributes the traffic evenly for all the servers in the backend. We'll do all these practicals. Yes, correct, Apurva. It can be, you can put a web server, app server, wherever it is. I'm just giving an example as app server. Now, okay, I'm revealing this one also. Forget about web server. Now web server is now replaced with the load balancer now. I don't want to jump the topic, but just for comfortableness. Do you all understood what is load balancer now, everyone? Is it good to access your application using IP address? Question, is it good to access your application with IP address? No. Chiti, no. Getting it? Is it recommended to access your application using IP address? No. Is it recommended? Is it good for you to access google.com using IP address? No. Facebook.com with IP address? No. You want the domain name clearly, right? So for that reason, we'll have a load balancer here. Load balancer, we will access the load balancer and give the name of the load balancer as seshi.com. And the request will hit the load balancer. Load balancer will send the request to this servers. Okay, now implement that here now. Now tell me, I have so many web servers. What is the thing that I should have in between now? Excellent, excellent. Now I should have here load balancer in shortcut LB. So load balancer will be distributing the traffic like this. City getting it? Getting it, the architecture. Okay. So the load balancer send the request to web server, and the web server send the request to app server, and app server will send the request to DB server. And then where is your Google page? In web, in app, or DB? App only, correct? Your Google page is here. So the request, the app server will send the response back to the web server. Web server will send the response back to the load balancer. Load balancer send the response back to the firewall, and all the way it comes to your browser, and your Google page will be appeared. Sir, this much. Array, I open the browser and type google.com, it will come. No, no, sir, you are wrong. Why it is taking this much time? No, guys, correct. So whichever the URL you take, Google.com, Facebook.com, Boom.com, your own application, if you host it somewhere, it has to go through all these things. And all these things has to be finished within milliseconds. Just in case, Pusuk, if it is not coming within 2 milliseconds or 1 second, all kind of Sanskrit you will tell. Correct? That mummy, this daddy, that's this and all. Correct? Now will you scold? Now, as your intelligent people, now if Google is not coming to your browser, now you can think, Are chodo macha, that might be at load balancer. That might be at load balancer. Maybe security has not allowed inside, right? And it might be inside in the app server, right? Maybe it is coming back. Are sabar karo, ruko zara, right? Got it? So, guys, this is the thing that is happening in the backend. Without knowing all these things, how do you troubleshoot your application if your applications went down? Will you simply say, if your client says, boom.com is down. Oh, down now. Wait, automatically come. Will you say this to customer? No, right? Right? So you have to know what is happening in the backend. These are all the things that is happening in the backend. Understood? Is this clear? Everyone, is this clear, Chitty? So now, guys, now, okay, now I'll tell you, should we tweak should we tweak the network in the backend? I don't know where it's connected. So let me open command prompt. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, see here. Let's example Facebook.com. Let's take Facebook.com today. If you want to know the IP address of any website, today, if you want to know any IP address of any website or application, anything, how do we get to know? There is a command called lookup. What is that? lookup. Important. lookup. There are so many, but this is a very good command called lookup. I'll give an example. Chitty, whenever you open Facebook.com, that Facebook will also have load balancer in the backend. Obviously, otherwise it will not work. It cannot handle that much. Should we get that information about the load balancer now using the backend? Should we see that? Let's see whether that is coming. Okay. See, if you type lookup, let's see whether it's connected to the DNS. Okay, let's see. If guys, I'm connected to the DNS. Every laptop, every machine is connected to the DNS in the backend. And who is handling the DNS? Your ISP provider. So now if you type facebook.com, do you see, did you got, this is your DNS. 192.160.1 is a DNS. That DNS is handled by whom? Your ISP provider. So tell me, all of a sudden, from your laptop, internet is not working. Google is not coming. What will you do? As an AWS engineer, what you do? Will you start scribbling like this Airtel, this act, the internet is not working. So as an intelligent fellow, what you should do? You should go and do lookup. This IP address, you are connecting to it or not, you need to check it. If it's not connecting, the request will go anywhere. It has to connect, no, first of all. Okay, now it has connected. And then I gave facebook.com. Do you see the IP address that he has given? That is the IP address of Facebook. You put any application, you put any website, go to your lookup and type whichever facebook.com, whatever .com you need, you will get the IP address. And see, I'll give the IP address now. Reverse, ulta. It should give what? Host name, no? It is giving what? It is giving this one. See, do you see this one? But it should give facebook.com, no? But guys, in our 3-tier architecture, we have the load balancer in front, correct? Will you directly hit the application server? All your customers will hit whom? So now no web servers now. It is load balancer. Which one the customers will hit? Load balancer. So do you think that this is the load balancer? Edge star mini shave 0t facebook.com. That is the load balancer only. That is the load balancer only. Okay, indirectly, if we access load balancer, will you able to access Facebook page as per the logic? Yes or no? If see, load balancer is there, we have application server. If you access load balancer, you will access your application. Yes, right? It will redirect that request, right? So indirectly, if you access load balancer, Facebook should come. Now, if you want to open Facebook, what is the domain name that you put it in the browser? Facebook.com. If you put anything else, you will get Facebook. I'll put this load balancer now. In the browser, I'll put this load balancer now. Let's see. Where is the... I'll open. Okay. I'll put this. What is this? Yeah. No, thanks. Okay. So I put this here. Chitty, I'll put this here. What do you think? Let's see. Boom. See? See? We are getting Facebook. Apart from facebook.com link, you are putting something else, but you are getting Facebook page. What is that we have put it in the URL? Load balancer. So like this, we can tweak it. If you understand the logic, if you understand the concept, you can able to test or see all these kind of things in easiest way. Now you understood in the backend how is happening? Understood now? Excellent. Any questions? Guys, and the next topic, Chitty, listen this carefully. From next class, we are entering into the cloud. But I don't directly take you to the cloud. Where is this cloud? What is this cloud? Why this is cloud? Array, who named this cloud? Array, why I need this cloud? What was there before cloud? Array, why should I use cloud? All kind of each and everything in your mind, whatever you have doubt from basics, it will be cleared in the next class. And officially we are entering into the cloud from the next class, and the next class will be on Monday. Okay. So in the next class, guys, next class, till now it is okay. From next class, you should not miss the class, because from the next class, I'll be talking about the cloud. So guys, whatever that you need to go to the next level that I have covered now. Guys, will you directly jump to the 10th step? Let's go step by step. No, you will be with me for 50 or 55 days. Squeeze everything from me. Whatever the knowledge you want to get it, I'll put everything in our brains. Right? Do not miss the classes. This is very important. Don't miss the classes. Right? So from next class, I'll be talking about the cloud. Offline classes available or not? Yes, Sureka, offline is available. I'm in Naresh IT. Come and check with them. Saturday, Sunday is off. No, generally Sunday is off for sure. Yes, online will be there. Regularly will be there. Guys, it is normal. Normal thing, normal link, normal time. And Saturdays, generally, it's up to us. Can you please, what is top level domain? .com, .org, .edu, all these are all top level domain. Recorded videos, I think yes. Check with the admin. He will provide you the recorded videos. How will you help in getting associate certificate? Aditya, This course is designed to clear solution architect associate. So admin Rajesh or someone, can you please put the admin, put the details? I think, guys, from the next class, you will get all this information, and Monday will be the same link, same time. Sir, sir, how many classes did we conduct? I missed 5 days. No problem, Rabin. So Rabin, please continue. Exam is online or center based? Both. How to get access to Linux classes? Linux classes will be informed to you. Those who have opted my AWS class, Linux classes are free. Can you tell me what is NSLookup? NSLookup is a command to get the IP address of any website and vice versa. Chitty, any other questions? So I think from now, I think you already understood how I'm going. Everything is clear? Good? How is it? Everyone are comfortable? Superb. Excellent. Excellent. Super. Thank you. Very good. Yes, the recording will be available in the next class. You are Katti, sir. Super. No, just ignore. Both are different, Rao. Both are different. But that is very early to talk about API gateway. Chitty, please remember, these are all only teasers. Whatever we are learning, these are all teaser. We have trailer also, we have picture also. All these things, I'm just making you comfortable with all the topics. This is just a trailer. So we are not finished the load balancer. We have so much of to be learned, but this is just a teaser. Can I work in real time in company with these classes? Guys, my classes will cover up to 4 years of experience. If you have 4 years of experience, you can easily go and do the real-time work, because whatever I am teaching you, everything is real-time only. Because I know only one time, real-time. I don't, because I'm bloody working, right? I'm a competency head. I'm a AWS consultant. I work for US Army also, projects, and also I'm a director for a startup company. If I start giving my qualification, it will not be good. Somewhere Brahmananda will say that. Channel. Okay, so what are the system requirements for this course? Nothing. If your system is able to open a browser, that is fine. Sir, I don't have experience. No problem. No problem. No, if you have 0 experience also, don't worry. What is the course duration? 50 to 55 days, Monday to Friday, and sometimes Saturday also. Super. Guys, do not miss the class on Monday. Can you give me the final CC for today? Tomorrow there is no class. Yeah, I understand you guys want to enroll. Plus, we still have classes. Monday is the next class.